What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. Today's episode journey is being guided by none other than your host, Austin J, or hallucinodream if you know him from the gaming community. And today's topic is on workouts you can do at home. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and enjoy this episode. Blah, 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 blah. What's up, everybody? Austin J, or hallucinodream here. Thank you for those who are returning. Thank you for those who are maybe just tuning in. Today's episode topic is, as my awesome introduction. One day we'll have a very professional introduction, but until then, this will do. Workouts you can do at home. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about some other stuff, I think. We'll see how this conversation goes with myself. But I want to go over some workouts that you can possibly do at home. Oops, just hit my microphone. Sorry about that if you heard that. I want to go over this because it's becoming summer, right? People may be interested in starting a workout routine now it's getting warm outside, but maybe don't want to spend all that time at the gym or can't with their work schedule, or staying home with the kids, whatever it may be, or even on vacation. You can do these on vacation as well. So this will cover all of that. And I think it's important to be able to do different workouts, especially ones at home, so that you can adapt to different situations, like going on vacation, right? So that you don't have to just stop your fitness journey because you are traveling. So I know maybe some of you are like, oh man, I don't want to listen to this now because that's the time that I just take off. Well, not anymore. Anyways, obviously you're more than welcome to take off on vacation. I personally find it, if I take off running specifically, I find it more difficult to get back into the groove of things when I come back. So that's why I think this might be able to help some people. So we've talked about this before on a previous podcast episode last year at some point. So if you want to, you can go back and listen. I'd be interested to see what the difference is from what I say here, because I did not go back and see exactly what I said, so I'm probably going to repeat some stuff, but that is okay. But I feel this is probably going to be a recurring topic, and I'm probably going to start changing things as the more I learn things. So one of the most important things I would say that you can do as a workout at home, body weight workouts, right, would be a squat. That's the first thing you can do. You can do that anywhere. And in the past, I've told people that, let's say you want to start a routine, but you don't really know where to begin, or you don't know when you can fit it into your day. One thing I have told people in the past, I think I put this on a podcast at some point in time, choose a workout like squats, a bodyweight workout. You can do squats. You can choose lunges. We'll go over these. Push-ups or assisted push-ups. Assisted push-ups being doing it against a wall or a bed or a chair or a couch. So you're elevated, so it's not so difficult to be able to do. And those are, contrary to what people may believe, those are just as effective as doing a regular push-up. Doing these at a specific time, and what I'm going to say is after you use the bathroom. So people use the bathroom. I mean, you don't really have a choice but to use the bathroom for the most part throughout the day, right? Obviously there's individual variances on that, I'm sure, as well, depending on some people's lifestyles or age, or if they just choose they don't want to use the bathroom and stuff and things. Or if you use the woods, you can use the woods, right, as a reference. So let's say you go to use the bathroom or the woods. After you're done everything in there and you step outside the door, make that your trigger for working out, and then do 5 squats, right? Let's say you go to the bathroom 5 times. That's 25 squats that you did during the day. And then you can maybe take the next day off, and then a day following you can do another workout. Now, I will say I would do this, especially if I worked in a setting where I was sitting at a desk. I would get up and move periodically regardless, but I would do this one specifically so that I can get some endorphins running, and so I can get my blood flowing, my heart rate up a little bit, so that it even helps to wake me up. But I'm also doing the workout. I will say though, depending on where I was, I would not do push-ups. I'm positive. I would not get on the ground and do push-ups. And I say that because I have OCD over my hands, and I, quite frankly, don't like to get dirty. I know I do Spartan races. This is hard to explain, but that's different. So, I'm not saying get on the ground and do push-ups if you work in a warehouse or you work somewhere where the bathroom setting or the floors aren't particularly pristine, right? So, but you can even get back to your desk, so you can think about it like, oh, I just left the bathroom. Let me get back to my desk. I'm going to use the desk to do my assisted push-ups, and then you can do your push-ups there. So you can do, and then you can take another day off, right? And then use the bathroom as a trigger point for that fifth day, right? 1, 3, 5. Yeah, that's what I'm doing for that fifth day. And then you can do lunges, right? So there's 3 workouts and exercises you can do right off the bat. If you don't know what these workouts are, go to YouTube and look them up. There's millions of videos, I guarantee that, of how to do lunges. And I would say try to find a YouTube channel that is verified. So possibly a certified trainer, somebody who specializes in fitness, or somebody that you know has the certification or the background or the knowledge to be able to teach that properly. You don't want to learn from a YouTube video how to do squats and end up you're not doing the squats right, and then you injure you start getting an injury in your lower back or your quads, right? Or your calves start to act up. You don't want to get injured. So, but I will say those videos of poor form or the wrong way to do those exercises is far and few in between. There's not very many out there. You could also browse the comments because people are very honest with one another and will say that the form needs to be corrected and this and that. And generally, I've noticed this as well, if a YouTuber or somebody of the sort, anybody doing social media, is told that possibly their form is wrong or something is off, generally they would correct that, right? Because they're if they're making the videos, they're an advocate for fitness and health and wellness. So just be cautious. Well, you don't have to be cautious. To be aware of who you're getting these videos from. But YouTube, Google as well. YouTube will give you powerful input on what these exercises are. You can also use that to look up different exercises. So if I'm telling you there's lunge variations, we'll say that. Or if you don't know what an assisted push-up is in regards to a regular push-up, most people know what a push-up is, but if you don't exactly know what that is, even after me saying you can use a table or a chair, if you use a chair and it has wheels, please push it up against the wall, so it doesn't roll backwards. Disclaimer, by the way, I have to say that. You can just lost my train of thought because of the whole wheel thing, but yeah. So there's three very powerful exercises that get a large majority of the body parts and the muscle groups that you will be using daily in everyday activities, everyday life. And those are technically all muscle groups, but those are what movements that improve quality of life over your lifespan. So those are very beneficial body weight exercises, very easy to do. And you can do them virtually anywhere. Another exercise that people overlook this, I think, more often than not, is rotations. So what do I mean by rotations? Let's say you have we'll just say a bottle of water, and you're holding it with both hands, and it's right in front of you put it right in front of we'll say your belly, right? For ease of explanation. Let's say you're standing up straight. We'll make it even easier. You're sitting in a chair, okay? Your legs stay stationary. They're not moving. But you move that bottle of water with your upper body to the right, and then you can feel your obliques, your outside core being tightened on one side, right? And then let's say you go to the left, now it's being tightened on the other side. So, and then those are rotations. We'll call them rotations. Those are very beneficial, and they're overlooked, and they're used more often than people even realize throughout the day. And I would say not specifically just a left and right rotation, but in addition to, vertical and all these other different directions, depending on what you're doing. But you turn, if you pay attention, you to your movements throughout the day, you'll realize that you turn your upper body without moving your lower body a significant amount. So doing those and strengthening those muscles is actually incredibly important for not only overall wellness, like your muscles overall. I lost what I wanted to say because in my mind I was just racing through. Not only for your overall fitness, right, but quality of life. And a lot of this is for quality of life, because I feel like that's more, well, that's not more important, but that's one of the most important aspects of working out for most people, right? Like I race Spartan races, so my workout, sorry, I'm kneeling, I have to move. My gosh, this wooden floor. I'm going to stand bending over like I'm an umpire. And the lighting has changed. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my beautiful crazy hair. Totally lost my train of thought again. Man, I keep doing that. That's okay. So rotations are very, very important. I'm all about, that's what I was talking about. I do Spartan races. So I run a lot, and I do lift heavy weights, and I run and lift heavy weights. But I do all of these main exercises that I'm telling you about in different variations, because I want to make sure that every aspect of my, all my muscle groups are strengthened, and I have the range of motion that I need. So doing these exercises also improves flexibility and range of motion. And that's incredibly important because, I could tell you personally right now, I'll say my shoulder mobility needs work. And I've known this for a long time, and I just haven't done it yet. So I'm going to get to it. I promise. Some people listening can definitely hold me to that. I hope you would, but also keep in mind that I still fall into the same traps that I'm talking about. So everybody's human. Keep that in mind. Remember that, okay? Even all the people in the big YouTube videos that have millions of views doing these workouts and telling you to do this and do that, they fall into some of their own traps as well, right? And everybody's human. So, but I make sure I do all those because I want my quality of life to stay tip-top for as long as possible, even outside of Spartan races. So, and my main goal is to have my body overall inside and out. That's why I take blood panels. That's also another episode that I've done in the past. I'll do more. But I make sure my body is optimized so that I can be in the best of health for as long as possible. And what was I just saying? I cut myself off again. And my shoulder mobility. So my left arm, there's a test you can do where if you're watching on YouTube, I'll sort of show this right now, where you put your right, I don't even know if I call it that because I can't see the camera. You put one of your arms, you touch your back from above, and then you put your other arm, there's definitely a better way to explain this, I'm not explaining it very well. And then you put your other arm down low, and you bend down low, and then you touch your back with the back of your hand. And you try to touch fingers. I'll tell you that my left arm, when it's down low, can touch my right arm. When I reverse the arms, if you're listening on the podcast, and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I apologize. You're gonna have to go over to the YouTube. But I'm gonna rewatch this. I'm gonna laugh when I didn't actually even get that in the video. Anyways, my right, when it's lower, it doesn't even come close. It doesn't even come close to touching my left. So I know that I have mobility issue and flexibility issue on my right side, right? My right shoulder girdle. So I know that's something I need to work on. So doing these movements and working specifically on flexibility, once you find out, working on flexibility and mobility movements for those parts of your or muscle groups that you may have discrepancies with is also important to help with because it does when your body has to continuously compensate, it does cause stress in the body, which isn't generally the greatest thing. I mean, obviously, if you had no stress going through your body, it'd be fairly good. And I'm not talking specifically cortisol right here, because you do need cortisol too. It's a hormone that you need to be able to function properly and have your hormones be regulated properly. That is a topic for another day as well. But I know I got off topic, so those are 4 movements though. I don't want to drag this out too much longer. I feel like I'm tired today. So according to my Whoop, which is on my wrist, if you're watching YouTube right now, I also have my Garmin. See, I got my watch and my Whoop. According to my Whoop, my recovery was 54% today. That's not good, even though I got 8 hours of sleep. I don't think that's good. According to the Garmin, my recovery was 92. My sleep, at least. I'm not sure if it specifically states my recovery, but my sleep score was 92. So, just average amount. But I'm definitely tired, so I can feel myself rambling a little bit. I'm pretty sure I said this in the last couple episodes. And if you are a recurring listener and you're somebody who is coming back listening to this now, you know that I'm rambling. Anyways, not gonna drag it out. But those are 4 very promising workouts you can do. If you have any questions on those, or any if you need help getting started, or ideas on how to get started, or would like variations of those as well, reach out to us. Okay, if you're on our YouTube, all of our social media and our websites the links are over on the left. If you're listening on the podcast platform, all of the links are in the description. Reach out to us, send us a message us here right on YouTube or on the podcast platform, and I'll answer the questions to the best of my abilities. I'll let you know exactly how to do the exercises. That's what you need, and I can help guide you to start them and to hopefully maintain those exercises and start a routine if that's what you are interested in. So if you have any questions on anything you heard, please submit those questions. I'll answer them in the next week's follow-up and question and answer. If you enjoyed what you saw here, hit that subscribe button, follow us on social, write us a nice little review, hopefully 5 stars on Apple, but all the podcast platforms. And I hope to see everybody next week. Thank you for listening. And yeah, see everybody next week, hopefully.